The power of fear, right? Let's talk about fear in the first place, because fear, it'll make you do a lot of things that really don't benefit you at all. So, put yourself in a situation where you have been fearful, where you've thought about a lot of things that might happen if you were to try this thing that you were thinking about. Think about those ideas in the first place. And ideas are extremely strong and they're very important in your everyday life. But think about the choices that you make based on those ideas and not executing them, because you have this hypothetical response. Like, all right, if I try this thing, X, Y, and Z might happen. So let's not do it in the first place. And that's fear is keeping you from honestly developing a stronger version of you that's possible, because you're constantly just holding yourself back for whatever purpose that you think might happen because of you trying to do the thing that you're thinking of. So really dive into fear in itself, right? There's a saying that the biggest hypocrite, the biggest enemy that you'll ever meet is yourself, because you're constantly talking yourself out of good situations, out of possibilities and opportunities, because of the fear of failure. I teach these kids out here about, just the bird's nest, right? If you look at birds from the very beginning of their lives, the parents, they're taking care of them, they're literally just eating and prancing around. But then at some point, they get to the maturity level to physically move. They're able, and now they have to test themselves to see if they're willing, right? And they have to jump out of that nest and fly. That's literally what fear is. A lot of us we're at the edge of the cliff with these ideas, and our response, our ability to respond to what we think might happen, right, is keeping us from jumping off that cliff. But here's the beautiful part about fear in itself, is that it's not real. It's a comfort. Fear is our ability to be comfortable and uncomfortable at the same time. If you're able to face your fears, you're thinking about maybe trying something new, and you're going through your psychological responses of, well, if I try this new thing, well, this is going to happen. And then I don't want to do this because what if someone says something or someone sees something? How would that make me feel? And I'll tell you how that makes you feel. It'll make you feel like how you're feeling now, because you're putting your body through that same response. And you got to have the courage to jump through those hoops to get somewhere in life, right? Now, imagine this. Whatever fear that you guys have in your lives right now, imagine this. Whatever the case is, because there's a lot of things that we're scared of, whether it be talking to somebody, whether it's doing something different, whether it's going somewhere different, whether it's even so far as waking up and doing something different. There's always going to be something different that you're trying to do, that you're facing. But when you face that fear, whatever it is, right, you're going to get to the edge of that cliff. Now, I say that because the edge of that cliff, jumping is when you face your fear. Staying on that cliff is always looking down and thinking about facing your fears. Now, this is all just kind of me storytelling at the same time, so bear with me. We're not actually jumping off any cliff, but what we are attempting to do is become someone different. We're literally learning how to face our challenges in life. And that's the power of it, right? Always facing those fears. And it's the general concept. Every single day that you live, you're facing something. Now, you're at the edge of that cliff, and you're going through all your responses of why you shouldn't do it. You're thinking of a certain date. You know, you're setting timelines now when you're going to do it. But you're already there. You're at that edge. Here's what happens when you just do it. You jump, right? You're literally in the moment now. You're in that moment. There's no turning back, and there's no control about the outcome. The only thing that you have now are the tools necessary to actually execute on what's happening right now. You are in the moment and nothing matters. All right? You can't think about what food you're going to be eating. You can't think about where you're going to go after this. You can't even think, period, right? All you have is your ability to respond. Now, here's why we don't jump, and that's because we're afraid of failure. And failure is sometimes linked to the idea that we're going to die. And I'll tell you a secret. We're all going to die at some point in our life. So we're so scared of dying that we literally live our life in fear just to live our life to the point where we're dead. You know, you're literally living dead every single day because you're dead to opportunities. You're dead to the challenges. You're dead to a lot of things until you face it. Now, you jump off that cliff and you're just out of control. You can't control the situation anymore. All you have is you, your abilities, your skill set, everything that you have attained in this life. And then, bam! You hit the floor and you fail. Poof. The crazy thing is you're still alive. You faced your fear and you learned something about yourself. All right, but that's only if if you fail. What if the outcome was exactly successful? Holy moly. You just hit something inside your brain. The chemical, the rushing, the survival instincts aren't there. Man, you feel great. You feel like a champion. You just won. You just learned how to flutter for a little bit and then you're out. Your whole day is going to be like this awesome momentum that choo-choo train is going. Right? That's why we challenge ourselves every single day. This is why you face those fears. And you know what? If you were to fall flat on your face, the outcome wasn't successful, poof. You're still alive. You jump. And you're gonna be able to kind of not, obviously it's gonna be a very emotional time for you. But emotions can get you riled up. So let yourself calm down and analyze exactly what was it that just happened. You know? You faced yourself, honestly. And yeah, you're gonna fall flat on your face at times. And Mike Tyson had the best quote of all times about it. We all have a plan until we get punched in the face. Then what do? All we have is the skill set, but you learn. You learn and you get comfortable with that feeling, you know? You jump off that cliff again. And the drama behind falling flat on your face is not going to be as dramatic as it was last time. So you learn how to not cope, but understand yourself a lot better. Because a lot of the times with fear, we're running from ourselves. We really are. We're running from a lot of things and we're making excuses. And all of those excuses are valid. They're real to us, but they're not real at all. Let that sink in a little bit. It's real to us, but it's not real out here at all. It might sound like I'm talking in circles, because who doesn't? Who doesn't talk in circles inside their own minds all the time, trying to validate why they're not doing something, trying to validate and make reasons, logical excuses on why they shouldn't, because they're holding themselves back from attempting something, trying something out, going for it, you know? And they will make excuses as far as their health. They will make excuses as far as their situation. They will make excuses as far as their past. They're trying to connect all of these things that they've experienced, patterns, right? They're trying to connect those patterns that they've had in the past. I haven't done this, or I'm not going to do this because this is why. Because of I've done this before, and this and this and this and this happened. You're connecting those patterns. So you're associating that with your future. Being able to face your fears is your future, right? So you're associating your past with your future. You know where you're going to stay? Flatline, baby. You're not going to get anywhere. Because you're living, I don't want to say in the past. Your past now has become your future, and you're just going to be in that same hamster wheel of turning and turning and turning, because you're not thinking differently. You're not attempting to become something, I don't want to say different, but challenging yourself to get stronger emotionally. Becoming uncomfortable is a disease. I don't want to say it's becoming a disease, but our ability to face uncomfortableness is a disease, all right? People want to be comfortable way too much. That's what you do with kids. You coddle them, you know, because they're uncomfortable. Maturity, at least in my eyes, is just being able to mature yourself emotionally and physically. Now, I'm not saying go out there and put yourself in a dangerous situation, like, let me go face this gangster, and no. That's you going to someone else in a weird way, right? You're putting yourself in harm's way. You got to be intelligent about this. But not too intelligent where you're telling yourself you can't face something that you've been running away from your whole time. And the power of fear is great. The power of fear can make you not do something, and it can make you attempt something. What I'm trying to give to you guys right now is the idea that we associate fear with dying, and you are dying. Your older self is going to slowly rot away, and you're bringing in new life to yourself. You're going to become a new person. You're going to feel life once you face those fears. And life is what we're all here to live with and live for. Jump off that cliff. Whatever it is that you think that is holding you back, jump off that cliff slowly, right? You're going to go into it. And sometimes we have that idea that we got to go balls to the walls and just, you know, freak out about it. No, I'm saying take small baby steps. Jumping off that cliff is small baby steps. You're facing something. Jumping off that cliff, I'll say it again, is small baby steps. Because once you jump off that cliff, what you're doing is learning about what you're scared of, truly, what's holding you back, truly, what it is that's inside of you that you want to be, truly, and the opportunities of feeling, you know, just an opportunity of facing your fears. And that's what truly you're looking for, right? So face those fears, man. Jump off that cliff. Learn from it. It can be something very small, you know. You're gonna fall flat on your feet. You're gonna jump off that cliff. You're gonna run. You might be able to fly, but then you go down, you go down, you go down, and poof, you're not dead. You're not dead. Your whole body is going to be alive. You're going to be awake. You are going to be in that moment. And you're going to be able to see your ability to respond. You're going to feel alive in that moment. Everything is just going to kick into gear, and you're going to want to try it again, especially if you failed. Because that feeling is amazing, you guys. There's just nothing like it. There's no drug in the world. There's no drink in the world. There's no video you can watch in the world. There's nothing in the world that can give you that same feeling that you would feel as if you were to face your fears. And it's going to be an emotional roller coaster of, oh my God, especially if you have just been pushing it back for so long. It's going to be an amazing roller coaster for, oh my God. And the other thing you got to feel is, I'm doing it. I wonder what I'm going to feel as I'm doing it. And that's going to be an amazing moment. And let that sink in when you're doing it. And it's going to get awkward for you, maybe. Maybe it's going to be awkward for someone else that you're facing your fears with by talking to them. Whatever the case is, I don't know. And you're going to be left with even more questions about how to handle it next time. And then you're going to come up with more solutions, right? You're going to create opportunities, and you're going to realize, all right, I'm getting stronger. I'm getting better. Let's face our fears some more. And you're going to become the person that you were always running away from. And that is someone who's better, stronger, happier, and more alive. So face your fears and feel alive, you guys. See ya.